This is bromantane. Now, wouldn't it be nice if there was a nootropic out there that gave us happiness and made us feel motivated and made us feel confident and had better problem solving skills and focus and energy, but without any side effects? That's what some proponents of bromantane say. Now, it sounds too good to be true, because when we're stimulating the dopamine pathway, usually for all the benefits we get of the increased dopamine, like better sexual performance.
Oh, keep it up. Almost there. Oh, you're doing so good. Right there. Right there. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Just feeling amazing, feeling happy, just like life seems to get better in every possible way when dopamine is high, unless you make really stupid decisions because your risk tolerance is higher, so you take more risks when your dopamine is high. But usually life just gets better when dopamine's high. The drawback of dopamine is you get withdrawals from it. You take a drug that increases dopamine, let's say like cocaine type of drugs or recreational drugs or even Adderall, and you have like a crash or withdrawal where you desensitized your brain to dopamine, and now you got to go through this process of having low dopamine in order to get sensitive to dopamine again. So there's two sides of the dopamine equation. More dopamine, feel better, brain performs better, and then the withdrawals, and it's the opposite effect. So bromantane promises to give us all the benefits of dopamine, like on a long-term basis. Like you take it once a day and it lasts all day, higher dopamine, and people take it every day, take it for 30 days, they come off it and they have no withdrawals. So they got all the benefits of dopamine during that time without any withdrawals. There's nothing else that I know of that's like that other than exercise. So if you work out hard, which you should, then you release dopamine while you're working out, and you're also at the same time through the exercise resensitizing yourself to dopamine. So exercise actually improves everything with both dopamine in the brain, and that should be done no matter what. But this is like the first supplement that actually does that also, which doesn't have any withdrawals and does increase dopamine. So I've been experimenting with people on this. The dosage is 25 milligrams up to 200 milligrams. 200 milligrams is considered an extremely high dosage. Athletes use 200 milligrams sometimes. It does have performance enhancing benefits. It has a lot more benefits beyond just mental performance. It's almost like you improve your mental performance, which improves your body's performance also. Like your brain is the operator of your body, and if you improve the operator of your body also improves. I personally have been taking it on and off, and it's hard to say for sure. I think when I'm on it, I feel much happier. I feel much more motivated. I do experiment a lot with a lot of different dopamine drugs, so I know what it feels like to have a dopamine crash. I definitely unequivocally didn't have a dopamine crash from bromantane. I'd say I wasn't as high on it as an Adderall, for example, but would I take half of the benefit of Adderall with none of the side effects of Adderall? Yeah, I would rather do that. So that's why I am continuing to keep bromantane in my tool chest of nootropics. And I'll keep experimenting with people on it. And the dosage that I've been using on people was started at 50 milligrams, make sure there's no adverse effects, go up to 100 milligrams. For me personally, I feel like I notice it. I feel much happier on it. I do have one of my clients in the Train with Tony program that took 100 milligrams for a couple days and says he still doesn't feel it. On the other hand, I think for some people, it might be more of a long-term thing. So taking it every day for 30 days and just taking really good notes and being really mindful of how your life changes. Like, does life just seem to get better? Does your relationships improve? Do you get more work done? Do you have better sleep quality? Are you more confident? Do you feel happier? What's the net effect after 30 days? I think for most people, based on the research I've done and the anecdotal reports, most people by the end of 30 days would notice a significant improvement in their quality of life on many different levels with no side effects. The disclaimer though, there is one potential side effect, and it could actually be a serious one, and that is amyloid plaque buildup in the brain, which is one of the things that can lead to Alzheimer's. But there are protocols to clean the plaque out of the brain as well, so it could be offset by that. Plus, this is something that if it may be used on and off, maybe it won't result in too much plaque buildup. And then also, like, maybe the benefits of this outweigh the risks of a little bit of plaque buildup as well. So those are all risk tolerance and risk versus benefit analysis that each individual can do for themselves. I'll say that I'm not going to be on bromantane every day, but I will use it in bursts of time. So normally, before I started experimenting more with dopamine-based nootropic, I would use things like Cabergoline and subsequently pramipexole to increase my dopamine and therefore also decrease my prolactin, or vice versa. And the result of that is much better sexual performance, much better happiness, much better workouts, much better productivity. But I didn't want to stay on pramipexole all the time, and I didn't want to stay on cabergoline all the time because it could potentially have side effects. So I'm really happy that bromantane now exists, and I have to thank Lucas Aon is the one who told me about bromantane. He said it would be really helpful for me because he knows I live a high dopamine lifestyle, and anything I can do to increase dopamine without withdrawal is something I'm very interested in. So thank you for that, Lucas. And I'll continue to experiment and report to you guys because I am Dr. Tony Huge, your tour guide to the dark side of biohacking. Be swell and swole, friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution.